Hey guys, this is Ayush, and from today we are going to start the Kubernetes series. So this is the very first video of our Kubernetes series. So today in this particular video we'll be discussing about the introduction part of the Kubernetes. Like we will be discussing some of the things like what is Kubernetes, why it is used, and some like from where it has came, like all the things we are going to cover in this particular video. So let's start the video. So basically here you can see the title which I have is Introduction to Kubernetes. So actually I have already written some of the points for you to understand it better. So if you will go down, and here you will see some of the points I have already mentioned here, like Kubernetes is nothing but the open source container management or the orchestration tool. So we'll discuss it. What is this container management later on this video? And it is also developed by the Google, like the company which everyone knows, Google, and it's written in the language called the Golang. So it is one of the language which is used or which has been used to create this particular thing, that Kubernetes, the tool. And also it is used to manage the containerized application. So if you are watching this video, so it like you might be aware of the containers. What are the containers, what is Docker, how containers is made, everything, like I suppose you know it. If also you don't know, like we will cover it in this video. Okay. And also it is referred as the K8s. Why it is referred at K8? So this is the thing, like you will see between K and S there are the eight letters. So if you will count at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 letters between K and S. So that is the reason behind it Kubernetes is referred as K8. So this is one of the reason. So this is the basic overview about the Kubernetes. Okay. So let's move forward, and we'll be discussing about the what is this container management and the orchestration tool. Okay. So actually, Kubernetes is also one of the container management and the orchestration tool. So it is also one kind of tool which is used to manage the containerized application. Like what it will manage, it will basically it will that deploying that container, scaling, managing, and all those things, it's done by these kind of tools like the Kubernetes. So like in market we have also some of the many different tools. We have like we have Kubernetes as well, we have Docker Swarm, we have Apache, we have OpenShift as well. So there are many tools there in market, but Kubernetes is one of the very like famous tool which you can say like in like, by the way, it's developed by the Google. That's why it's a very fascinating product. Okay, in this DevOps industry. So the point here is the whatever the container is created by the developer. So to manage those containers or those images, we require the Kubernetes. Okay, so this is the reason behind whole thing, like why it came in role. So the answer is simple. It came in role to manage the containerized applications. Later we will see like what is the whole, like how it manages, what are the concepts which is required. Everything we'll cover in this particular video. Okay, so let's move forward. If you will go, I have prepared one chart. Here you will see what Kubernetes is. So Kubernetes is nothing but the container management tool. And what container management tool does, it manages the containerized application, and containerized application where it is available, like the whatever the application which is available on platform like the Docker. Like on the Docker, what happens? Many platforms, sorry, many containers are available there, or the images, we say Docker images are present there. So from there, you can access that image and use it in your machine. So if you don't know the concept of the Docker, so let me tell you first about it. What Docker is simply. So what happens whenever a developer, suppose this is a project, okay, a developer is there who creates a project in Python version 2.3, okay, and this project is on machine, sorry, this project is on machine A, and now developer wants to share his project to some other team members, or suppose some other team like testing team. Now the project is going into the testing. So at that time, uh, in the testing machine, in the testing team, their computer is B, and their Python version is 2.9, and here the project comes. So in this, what will happen? In this, the project will not run because the project is made on the version of 2.3. So it might be case like some dependencies may be deprecated in the version of 2.9. So it might case like the project will not work on the tester's machine. That's why Docker came in role to solve the problem, like the a quote which you might have listened, like this code works on my machine but it doesn't work on your machine. So basically to solve this problem, like code works on my machine but not on your, that's why the Docker came in the role. I hope you got it. The point what I'm trying to tell you here. So project 2.3a and 2.9b is there. Okay. So what will happen if we create one thing like the Docker? Suppose I just create one. This is suppose one Docker is Docker container I have created, like the developer created, and in that the version is same 2.3. And what will happen? The second team member, the B, he will also access the same container, and he will also like use the same container. Okay, so in that case both of the team member is using the project with the same configuration. So basically what happens whenever a container is created, so in that case similarly the thing what happens is it basically the whatever whoever is the developer what is does it just what we say add all the dependencies. Okay, dependencies you can you can tell, or you can say all the source codes, whatever the required data or required libraries. Okay, whatever the libraries is required to run the project, everything will be present in that Docker container. So if someone else will run that container, or will run that Docker image, so obviously it will run because it has all the configuration already installed to run it. Okay, I hope this point is clear to you about the Docker. What is a Docker? Okay, so now let me tell you about the containers, like not containers, about the Kubernetes, like how it helps the Kubernetes. So what happens the case, like normally when you will be learning, so you will simply create only one container or two containers max to max. But what happens in the real time basis, the thing is what happens, we create different number of containers. Okay, if you I want to go down, and here is one container. Okay, and here is another container, and here is another container, here is another container. Suppose I have so many containers for a single project. Okay, so let me just create one more like this. Okay, it's fine. Suppose this is the project which have like project. Okay, I have one project here, or one application. You can say, instead of project it's better to call it application. One application is there, and I have so many containers here. Like these are the containers which you can think of. Okay, so these containers are already there, and what Kubernetes will do, Kubernetes will like it will help in deploying all these containers, so scheduling, scaling these containers locally, or local on locally, or it can be on cloud. Okay, basically we not we scale in cloud, not locally. Sorry for that. So Kubernetes, what Kubernetes will do, it will basically do deployment of these containers. It will schedule, and it will scaling, like help in scaling everything required, like monitoring is also there. Okay, so what Kubernetes will do, Kubernetes will take care of all those things of a container, okay, of these number of containers. So like later in the videos we will learn about pods are one of the thing which is important to know. So pods is nothing but in a one pod we have with so many containers, one storage volume we have. So like we will discuss these things later, like in the upcoming videos. So what is the pods and what are the other concept? So here the main concept of the Kubernetes is to maintain the deployment of the containers and how we can scale these. So basically to manage the containerized application, that is the simple concept of Kubernetes. Okay, so in this case suppose we I have already told you like so many containers if you have. So what we will do, we will basically with the help of Kubernetes what will happen. So if I take this image of Kubernetes, and if I just put it in middle of that, sorry, huh. So if I just put it here in that, so and these are the some containers. So what it just shows, so it shows us the all those thing management of the containerized application. If you go upon the chart here, so here you can see manages containerized application. So how it manages, so with help like this it manages like in the in deploying, scheduling, scaling, and also load balancing is also one of the important thing, like load balancing is also the Kubernetes is also used to manage the loads between the containers and all those things. Okay, so this is the overview of the introduction to Kubernetes. I hope you liked it, and I hope you have cleared the concept of Kubernetes and as well as the Docker. So today we will stop here, and thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you so much.